Hi.
Well, hello and good afternoon, everyone. How are we? A very warm welcome to you all to the IGF Forum 2024. And yes, we are absolutely delighted to be back and to guide you through our conversations and discussions today. And it's so fantastic to be reunited here back on the stage, Ben. We were, in fact, in Mumbai, I think, in about March time for the Next 10 event, weren't we?
Feels like a long time ago. A lot has changed since then. Since then, of course, we've been in London in June, and then here we are for the 4th edition of IGF UAE here in Dubai. Now, you'll see the phrase all around as limitless horizons. We're talking a lot about that over recent days because we're going to try and look at some of the opportunities that may emerge in what is a pretty turbulent world right now. A lot is going on, so how do you find the opportunities amid all of that change?
Exactly, and we're going to examine what collaboration between the UAE, the Middle East and Africa really means if we are to harness a truly limitless future.
A couple of thank yous, as always, to our media partners, ET Now and Gulf News, and also thank you to our sponsors, including DP World.
Yes, and don't forget to download the app if you haven't done so already. You can find that on the QR codes, which are dotted around the venue here as well. That's where you're going to find the latest agenda for what's happening and, crucially, where and when. And remember to join the conversation using our hashtag, which is IGFUAE. In the meantime, I think Ben is going to kick us off with a very exciting interview.
Yeah, really busy afternoon for you. So, Laura, for now, thank you. And we're going to start with something a little different because we know that humour can change the way that people see the world. But can it help break down barriers and stereotypes too? Our next speaker does exactly that. She uses comedy to challenge social norms and discuss what are otherwise pretty difficult topics. And so please welcome Mina Liccione, the comedian. Mina, come on up. Please take a seat. Nice to see you. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Can you say my name again?
So I said Liccione. Is that correct?
Said Liccione. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. I love it. I just got back from London. And the MC introduced me as Mina Liccione.
So
I had a row of men waiting for me after the show. I was like, it's not that type of show. It's not that type of show. He's like, no. But it's Mina Liccione. You have to give me the hands. Give me the hands. Liccione. One more time.
Liccione.
There you go. He's in the club now. Mina Liccione. And where are you from?
From London.
You're from London. Round of applause if you've been to London. You've been to London. It's nice, but I gotta say, it's not easy being an American in England. It isn't. Apparently, our voices are very annoying there.
I would say Americans tend to be quite loud.
Yes, that's why. And my husband, he's local. He's from Dubai. He's very supportive. And he said, La habibti, no. That's not true. Your voice is annoying everywhere. Yeah, so the next day in London, I took him to a place called the Chandler Cafe, and I went full annoying. Ow, my God, Chandler, you have your own cafe. They asked us to leave.
I'm not surprised.
But it was worth it.
You can never have too much Janice. We
but
like Janice.
We're loud. We're loud.
Talk to me, Mina, about comedy and the ability, I mean, you've demonstrated it already, but the ability of comedy to break through difficult subjects, social norms, taboos. It's a way to talk about stuff.
Yes.
That people are afraid of, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. I think the challenge of being a comedian, we read the news all the time. My husband's also a comedian, and every morning we're reading headlines. We're talking about what's topical, what's in the news, and lately it's not very happy news. And we're like, okay, how can we talk about certain things? Because pain in time is comedy. But when you're going through some heavy stuff, it's not funny yet. So you kind of have to wait and find a way in to have moments of commentary and not sound preachy Because if someone's preaching at you, you don't want to listen at all. So people tend to hear comedians more because there's truth in jest and it's a bit lighter. And we all need a sense of humor. Like, we need to laugh. We need that.
Does it mean there is truth in that phrase that if you don't laugh, you cry, or vice versa? I mean, that's two coping mechanisms.
Absolutely. And I ask myself that often. I'm like, am I going to laugh or am I going to cry? And alhamdulillah, I choose to laugh. I choose to find the positive, even if I can't see it at the time. I have faith that we're going to get through this, and there is going to be the light. It's an attitude adjustment, almost. You have to see the humor even when you're sitting in something that's not necessarily funny.
I mean, there are parallels here, because we talked about, the world being really turbulent. Where do you find the opportunities? And for you, it's like, where do you find the jokes? In some pretty horrendous news.
Yes.
How do you do that while staying on the right side of it? I mean, because you can't belittle it. It is happening to us. It's happening to the world. How do you make sure you get it right? How do you make something funny but not offensive?
Oh, good. You're going to offend anybody with anything you say. If I go online right now and say, happy birthday, Mom, somebody will be offended. Somebody will be offended. So you can't worry too much about that. Yeah. Okay? But in terms of, it depends. If there's a cause that you believe in or a movement that you want to talk about, it just comes out. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you right now because I found something. Any parents here? Make a round of applause. Parents, we got some parents. I'm a mom. I'm a mom now of twins. 2 boys. 2 boys, same husband. I checked. But our boys are half Italian and half Arab, so they were born with full beards and skinny jeans. And I brought them, look at this, as proof. I just found this is my son Sammy's skinny jeans. These are my son Sammy's skinny jeans, right? And I was looking at these and I was like, oh my God, they're so cute. But then when you look closer, you're like, wait a minute. There's a deep pocket here, a small pocket, a back pocket, another pocket, another pocket. That's 5 pockets. What does a 2-month-old baby boy have to put in 5 pockets? Now, more importantly, why do my adult women pants have 0 pockets? Thank you. Men, I don't know if you know this or not, they don't give us pockets. Okay, and we have tons of stuff to put in our pockets. We have phones, we have keys, we have money, we have snacks. What's left of our dignity, we have our hands. We have tons and tons of stuff. And then I thought about it and I'm like, this is a conspiracy by the handbag industry. If we have pockets, we will not buy pocketbooks. If we have a place for our hands, we won't buy handbags. Right? But then all over Twitter, I know it's called X now, but I will always call TCOM and not Barsha Heights, so I'm calling it Twitter. But you see all these hashtags, like hashtag no shave, no shame, hashtag go vegan. Well, we have a lot of hairy vegans. What we need is pocket equality. That is what we need. So I want us to start our own hashtag today, call it pocket change, okay? Hashtag pocket change. On the count of 3, I want you to yell out pocket change and show me how your change jiggles. Can we do that? Men too, you can jiggle. Ayuwa, ayuwa. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Pocket change. Jiggle, jiggle. And there you have it. There you have it. And this is something I'm telling you, she even said, amen, sister. But there is.
But what I love about what you just did there is about using humor to get us to talk about something.
Yes.
And it's equality, be it for handbags, pockets, whatever it is.
Yes, we need pockets.
You are really passionate about empowering women.
Yes.
Particularly in comedy, but elsewhere. Why are we still having to talk about this in 2024?
Why are we still having to talk about what?
About needing to empower women in various industries. We have a panel later talking about equality versus equity. What is the best solution in a corporate setting? You know, why is there still inequality? Why is there still...
I don't know. I think that more women need to be up top. Like, end of story. There needs to be more female CEOs. But also, I think as someone who is in a field that there's more men in my field. I personally like being called a comedian and not a female comedian or a woman in comedy. It's just changing the language slightly. It's like, oh, she's a female doctor. It's like, no, she's not. She's just a doctor.
Yeah.
She's just a doctor. So it's not just one thing or anything. It's about opening it up completely. So it's also kind of just these small little wordings that will be there. And definitely more, there's so many more female leaders, especially here in the UAE. Come on. Like you look at the stats and it's pretty awesome. And I work with my husband and I, we started a comedy school since 2008. And we had a lot of Arabs were taking the course because their English wasn't very good. So they were kind of nervous. So they felt very comfortable with my husband. But a lot of women signed up because they felt very comfortable with me. So from day one, we've always had equal amount of men, equal amount of women in all of our workshops. And the comedy scene in the UAE right now is really heavily representing people from, we have 200 different nationalities here.
Yep.
So we have all kinds of different nationalities. We have shows in Hindi, Arabi, Inglesi, men, women, and it was just about from the base. That's something that was very important for us, was to create this safe space and very inclusive for everyone, which is the UAE. So from there, that's how it's continued to grow. So if companies, and whether it's a startup, whatever it may be, if they have that from the beginning, everyone will fall in line and follow.
And what does that bring to comedy that, quite aside from topics, how does it change the nature of what comedy is? Because we talk about it in business, that boardrooms, C-suites need to reflect their customers. And I'm going to use the phrase, female comedians. What do they bring? What is the perspective that you can then discover, aside from just the topics? How does it change the nature of comedy? It just makes it more inclusive?
I guess it's like, again, my husband and I we're both comedians, so we understand each other very, very well. If he goes on tour, if I go on tour, and everywhere we go, we tell jokes about the same stuff.
Yeah.
We'll read the same article and he'll write a joke and I'll write a joke. We will go to London and he has different jokes for the other side of this joke he will tell.
Yeah.
It's about kind of just opening it up and living it and being honest. I think a lot of artists and people in general, you have this social media front of who you want the world to see you as, but you have to stay true to your morals. Art reflects life. You know what I mean? And every time I do a joke that I might be a little bit nervous to talk about because it's a little personal, I hear women laughing in the back the most, and I know it's because they went through it.
Yeah.
They went through it. I went to a Moroccan bath. I did not have a very good experience. Let's just say I fell, I hurt myself. It was a horrible experience, but I decided to make that into a joke. And afterwards, I have many women who are like, oh my God, I went through the same thing. Yeah. And every year we go on tour for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we have so many women who come and afterwards actually go get tested, actually take their moms to go get tested. And without fail, after every single show, we get a message saying, I'm so glad you told me because we found something, but we detected it early. Comedy, if people are like, go for your health, we're busy. We're like, I'd rather do something else. But if you tell jokes and through humor, and of course give them free vouchers, because who doesn't love free vouchers? Come on, come on. Then people are more inclined to actually take that moment to take care of themselves.
Do you tailor your comedy depending where in the world you are?
Yes.
What works where?
Yeah, well, I think, because certain punchlines, like how I said, oh, TCOM will always be TCOM and not Barsha Heights.
Yep.
You can't do that outside of Dubai.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But if I did the joke about being in London, I could do that in Paris easily, because they don't really like Americans there too, apparently. I didn't know that. When I go to India, round of applause if you've been to India. They're like, yeah. It was a joke. I went for the first time, and I didn't know that Americans now need visas to get into India. And my husband looked at me and he was like, Habibti, that's payback. So I write, wherever we go, I love to just write topical jokes in that moment. When I was in India, I went to an Italian restaurant just for fun. And I was like, I love curry, but not in my cappuccino. And the guy gave me a pizza menu, and he was so kind. And they had mutton with paneer and pineapple curry pizza. I was like, astaghfirullah. They had butter chicken pizza. And I was like, no, sir, please, just pizza margarita. And he was like, sorry, madame, we don't serve alcohol here. It was just so cute. I was like, oh my gosh. But wherever we go, I think it's really important that you localize. My husband and I, we love food, we love to travel. So the first day, we always go out and experience wherever we are. And we write the first 5 minutes of our set, we make sure that it's about where we are. I want to honor it. You brought me to your country to perform. I want to say thank you, and I want to embrace that. So if we go to Australia, if we go to New York, wherever it is, the first 5 minutes will always be about where we are. And certain punchlines references will need to change. Over here, you can use a lot of Arabic references and Bollywood references. In America, not as much. They might be like, who? Bollywood, I don't know. So references will change, but the heart stays the same. No matter where you go, your heart, what you represent, who you are, your stories, your truth will always be the same.
So the local references, absolutely, because you know they're not going to work elsewhere. Do you ever worry about where you might be in the world of that's a bit risque, or I can't get away with that?
Well,
because I wonder here, because as you said, 200 nationalities here, you don't know who's in the audience.
Sometimes it's not even what you say; it's what you wear. It's what you wear. Maybe in certain places, I'm not going to say where, but in this past year, I was asked to change my abaya, to not cause any, no. And when I go back to America, absolutely. During this past year, they're like, Mina, can you not wear that? Can you not? Oof, I don't know about that. So it's not even, as a comedian, as a performer, it's not just my words. It's before I enter the stage, before I speak. I'm making a statement. I'm saying very clearly where my heart stands. So it depends. It depends very much. When you go to Berlin, you go to Paris, it depends. It depends on where you are. And sometimes if you're booked to perform in a place that might not be as open-minded, you have an opportunity to break stereotypes and make them laugh. I've had people come up to me after shows and be like, oh my God, I didn't know that the Middle East was safe. It's safe in Dubai? We were raised on Western media.
Yep.
All we know is Western media. So when they see an American come back, and it's just like, wait a minute, there's a lot of questions, which creates an open dialogue, which is amazing. And now so many more Americans are moving here. Good luck with that. But a lot. So it's about creating this open dialogue and being comfortable enough to ask questions. And I'm very happy to have these discussions after, because I didn't know when I first moved here either. I was like, oh my gosh, I had so many questions, and alhamdulillah, I had really nice people answer them for me, and then I made jokes about it. So it's full circle.
Final thought then. I mean, there might be a lot of Americans moving, given who's about to move into the White House.
Yes, yeah. We didn't learn anything from J-Lo. Never go back to your exes.
Give me a sense, for you, does that incoming presidency, is it a source of jokes, a source of fear, a source of joy? I mean, without talking politics.
It's almost like deja vu, to be honest. It's like deja vu. It's like, I already did these jokes before. Right now, I think it's just about trying to focus on the positive.
You can recycle some though, can't you?
Nah, I don't even want to though, I'd rather talk about other things,
Yep.
But we'll see, I like comparison jokes, but I'm still hopeful. As angry and as upset I've been this year, the love and hope is way stronger. And you can't judge a person by their government. You can't.
True.
And there's
Yes.
so many wonderful people over there that are trying to make a difference and trying to make a change. And a lot of them really genuinely are like, I'm leaving the country, so.
We will see.
But with anything, I
might move
mean,
here.
there's gonna be jokes, and every day I read the news, it's something else. It's like, oh great, P. Diddy this, and this did this. The material writes itself, so.
It has been an absolute joy to talk to you, Mina. Thank you so much. And I'm going to get it right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mina Liccione.
That was pretty good. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mina.
We're done here.
Thank you so much.
You're
so
a tall
nice to
drink
see
of water. I like it.
am.
Mashallah, mashallah. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for
Thanks,
having me.
Mina. Love it to see you.